Yo, Flexcast, we are back with our next guest, man. And y'all know how it goes. We talk to the movers, the shakers, and the tastemakers. This artist that came to talk to us today fits that at every description. Please introduce yourself and tell our audience exactly what you do.
I'm Rudeboy the Shottah. I'm a New Orleans native. I'm a BSB CEO. You feel me? I run my own record label. I do my thing. I'm a music, hip hop recording artist. You dig?
Hey, everybody clap it up for Rudeboy being in the building today, man.
Welcome.
We appreciate you coming to talk to us, man. And I was, whenever artists come through here, we like to talk to them about the start of their career, right? Because people might see y'all now and think that, like, they see the shows, they see the fashion, they see the motion. They might think that, like, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
But I like for artists to talk about when they started. You mentioned in your pre-production you started when you were 14, man.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what was life like then? What made you decide, like, yo, I could do music?
So when I came down here during Hurricane Katrina.
Interesting.
So I was a young boy. I was probably maybe 11, 12 years old at the time. This happened at around '05, So just coming to Austin, it was a different outlook for me, you feel me? It kind of opened up my mind to being diverse, trying new things, being in a whole nother city from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? We come from, a different background, you did. So just being out here, it just made me discover my talent, my true talent, and actually before it was the ACC Highland, it was the Highland Mall.
Yeah.
And that's where
Hold on, I have to pause right there
Yeah.
because that's a big thing that you just said here, man.
Landmark.
Yeah.
Highland Mall is a landmark, and we're here right now in this ACC Highland interviewing Rudeboy Shottah, like just talking about
That's
how
crazy.
things
I
come
started
full
here.
circle. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I really got my first big, jump off with gaining a fan base down here like that. You know
Okay.
what I mean? A lot of people really know me from, the Highland Mall days when people used to come and it was Texas relays.
Okay.
We'd be out there freestyling, battle rapping at the
Okay.
bus stop.
Mhm.
I got videos to,
Yeah.
prove, I got one of them Holy Grail freestyle videos on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Love that.
From years ago. So yeah, it's crazy that I started here and I'm here today.
Yeah, man.
It's a
Wow.
beautiful thing. You hear me? For real.
Let me ask you another thing I like to ask artists. So around this time, when you're 14, 15, 16, who are you listening to that's on the mainstream level that you're like, man, I like how they put it together? Who's inspiring you and getting your creative, juices flowing?
Man, I was into a whole lot of hot boys. You feel me?
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
definitely on Wayne Wave,
Okay.
T.I. Wave. Those was the
Ooh.
cats that really inspired me because that's how my uncle played. You feel me? At that time, so I was definitely listening to the hottest at that time. You feel
I
me?
love
For
that.
sure, for
Early
sure.
T.I. was a wave.
Man, he was a
man.
beast.
He was
a beast.
Took nothing from
Dominating,
nobody. Yeah.
dominating the game for sure, for sure. Yeah. one
So
of them.
you're riding around listening to Hot Boys, listening to T.I. You decide you're gonna start rapping. What's that first click or that first flame or that first light where you're like, oh crap, I'm good?
Oh,
What's that? Maybe that song or maybe that performance. You said people started telling you were good. What
Yeah,
was that
so-
like? What was happening where you were like, okay, this is motivation to get serious with this?
So when people start recognizing my hard work, I was like, oh yeah, this that moment. You feel me? Because at first it was like I'm gonna play around with it. I'm gonna see where it goes. You feel me? Like I never really had no real dream aspirations of trying to become a rapper. It's just something that just happened to happen and it growed onto me and I became aligned with my direction in life or where I want to go. But that first moment, I was actually I was in middle school at this time.
Okay.
And it was me and this little chick named Ebony. I still remember her name. It's crazy.
Shout out Ebony.
Hi, Ebony.
Shout out Ebony.
Ebony met me at the lunch table, whatever, and she just started beating on the desk.
Oh,
I mean, beating on the
days.
table or
I remember
whatever.
them days.
And I just got to freestyling, and that's when everybody crowded around the table,
Okay.
and it was like, man, he got something flow, and I was just wrecking it, and they would just want to hear and hear more, and I became that guy that nobody really talked to. Where you probably knew I was from New Orleans just based off my accent, but I became popular that very next day, and it just became like, I'm like, damn, hold on, I got something now. You hear me? So yeah,
Okay.
came something for sure.
Stamped.
That is awesome. It's
Yeah.
interesting to talk about those monumental moments and those eras, and you're bringing back all these memories.
Yeah, it's definitely some memories for sure. Like a lot of people that was around at that time, they know about Highland Mall. They know how impactful that was around the teenage years. You feel me? Like
Absolutely.
most definitely.
Cultural movement.
Most definitely.
And what would you say was your greatest accomplishment as an artist thus far?
My greatest accomplishment, honestly, I would have to say creating my LLC this year.
Ooh,
Ooh,
tell me
we're gonna
more.
clap it up for that.
Like my
We're gonna clap it up for that.
creating
No,
my
get the
LLC,
business right.
entrepreneur,
Get the business
yeah,
right.
getting the business straight. Like I
Okay.
feel like every artist should at least tap into that business side to want to learn the business if you want to take this for real and make this a longevity thing. So I think that's the best thing that I've done thus far. And I had a lot of great accomplishments, a lot of great moments in hip hop, a lot of great times in music, but creating an LLC, I can never go back on that. I'm in
I
there
love
now.
And
Firm.
you mentioned when you introduced yourself, you own a label called BSB, and so you kind of have to be about your business, man. You're
Most
if you're in charge of that, all things start and end with you.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you're preaching that to other artists. Let me ask you this: what are some things that artists might not know about the LLC process that you say, hey, be mindful about this?
When it comes to the LLC, you definitely want to be mindful of what you name your business
Okay.
because
Absolutely.
I'm going through the process of learning more about building business credit and stuff like that,
Okay.
leveraging it to try to, invest into my music career. So you definitely want to be mindful of that because if you want to go through banks, it's certain things that they accept. It's a whole list full of things, but you definitely want to have something that's reasonable, acceptable.
Like professional names,
Yeah, a
something.
professional
Okay.
name. You don't want to have like big dope dealer records. You know
No,
what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah,
that might
banks
not be a
not
good
gonna
And
idea.
you
invest
trying to
into
get
nothing like that.
100,000?
Yeah. You
They
got
gonna
you
be
got to put a
like,
little thought into it. You
Okay,
hear
I
me?
like
For
that.
real.
So
Yeah.
creative but thoughtful.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
most
That's
definitely,
great
for sure.
advice because we definitely do see the Dope Boy Killer Click
All the time.
LLCs. We
Man,
see that all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of artists that had to change the
Mhm.
name or start a new LLC because they learned deep down like
It
when
didn't
it
work out.
comes to the business side, you gotta
And
be
you
a little
lose the
thoughtful.
age of your LLC when you do that. A lot of these
Absolutely.
things
Yeah.
are determined by the age of your LLC. And this
Yeah.
is just my business brain joining this.
Right.
The age of your LLC matters when it comes to like getting funding and
Absolutely.
Yeah,
rating and things
of
like that.
course.
So
Yeah, for
I'm glad
sure.
you're handling that, man, because a
Most
lot of a lot of artists are not on that.
I'm stepping into that business lane. So I feel like as a businessman, I gotta take those steps. I watch a lot of music moguls and I see everybody that ain't got it out the mud. Everybody started from somewhere.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So I'm one of them ones that's just gonna take a risk. I feel like if you
Absolutely.
don't take a risk, then you literally lose the chance.
You are doing a
You
lot
heard
of
me?
good speaking.
Real
It's
talk.
nice to hear a black man as well talking about not only investing in yourself, but investing in your process, investing in your organization. So power to you.
Yes, indeed. I
Love what I
appreciate
hear.
you. It's all
And
love.
another thing too that I wanted to talk about is you said that you're working on some singles. Can you talk about like what the next couple of months look like musically for Rudeboy? Whether it's singles, whether it's preparing for a project. I want you to breathe on that for us, please.
So I told myself this year I'm gonna be reaching out to a few artists, and I'm gonna be working with the underdogs. I'm not really interested in working with anybody big or major right now because I'm an underdog. I'm a big dog. That's what Big Shottah business stand for. Like the
Okay.
underdog, the
BSB
most
is
That's what
Big
I was
Shottah
just
business.
about to
Shottah
ask.
business.
Okay.
I
Most
like
def.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. But yeah, my whole thing is I want to work with a few artists that I've been seeing on my radar. Do something big with them. Put out a few singles.
Mhm.
I just worked with Jay Rich. He's from Austin.
Hey, shout out
Okay.
Jay Rich. No, he's been
Yeah.
on the show for sure.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
homie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Shout
For
out Jay
sure.
Rich.
Yeah, man. Me and Jay Rich have been supposed to lock in. We finally locked in a record
Okay.
called Steppers.
Okay.
Steppers, hey.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely coming out this year. We definitely
Okay.
gonna hit the gas on that one. And I just worked with this upcoming artist named Boulevard E.
I love it.
Okay.
He's a young guy that's getting a lot of momentum. A nice big wave. Me and him worked on the record. Your day called Shut Up and Listen. It's probably gonna be one of the biggest
Okay.
records come out of Austin for sure.
Okay.
Look, hey, if
okay.
you need a
Yeah.
video girl and it's giving something like Hot Boys, I might
Yeah.
can pull out an old school move.
And not only that, but when those
Support.
singles are actually ready to come out or when those videos are ready, we want you to come back and promote
Absolutely.
it, man. I like artists that take it seriously, artists that make it
Yeah.
worth the time to speak with them. You're an interesting dude, man.
Yeah.
I love your story so
I
far.
appreciate that.
And I'm happy,
for
like,
sure.
another thing artists don't understand is, like, that once y'all come up here, we become a part of y'all's story. So I'm happy that we're becoming a part of, like, your emotion and your grind, man. I love it so much, man.
Most
Can you tell people where they can find you on social media?
You can find me on Spotify, Rudeboy the Shottah, Instagram, Rudeboy the Shottah, YouTube, Rudeboy the Shottah, Apple Music. It's all linked under one name, Rudeboy the Shottah.
Hey, everybody clap it up for Rudeboy, man.
Most definitely,
Hey.
for real.
And y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back with our next guest. Yo.
Yeah.